We're living in a new age of invention. Brilliant brains are no longer just holed up in leading university labs or research facilities.
Today, inventors are coming together in technology hubs like this to design,
to help improve people's lives.
It's actually working. That's so cool.
For this series, we brought together 7 of the UK's leading engineers, designers and computer programmers.
Ta-da!
I'm gonna make myself the guinea pig.
They'll use cutting-edge science and technology to build life-changing solutions for people in desperate need.
I don't know who to ask or where to go.
In pain, uncomfortable.
From helping individuals who are seriously ill
Whoa!
to solving issues affecting entire communities.
Someone's either going to get seriously injured and can't get aid, or someone's going to die.
They'll attempt to tackle major problems that have so far gone unsolved.
I think I've created something really new and possibly revolutionary.
The potential of this is massive. Fingers crossed, nothing cracks or explodes.
This week, they'll help a photographer with a life-threatening condition.
I already bring attention to myself with my bandages.
They'll attempt to bring cutting-edge communication to a remote Welsh village.
Why should we be excluded?
They'll work to give some control back to a young designer with Parkinson's disease.
Anything you could do that would just make my hand do what I want it to do.
I'm Simon Reeve. Over the next 9 months, I'll be working with this brilliant team.
If they succeed, they could change these people's lives and the lives of many more.
This is the best thing that could ever happen for us.
Keep going, keep going! Keep going to do.
Our team's base is in East London. Known as a makerspace, it's one of a national network of inventors' hubs crammed full of the latest technology. It's from here that our 7 leading inventors will attempt to create fixes for people with nowhere else to turn.
I'm really excited about what we're going to learn. I can't wait to meet these people.
The team includes a director from Microsoft, engineers who worked at Dyson's Innovation Labs, award-winning designers who've built everything from ambulances to earthquake sensors.
Yeah, right, let's get our sleeves rolled up and get stuck in.
Today I'm in Peterborough, meeting the first person who's asked for the team's help.
It's first floor for Graham. This is Graham.
Hello, Graham. Fist bump, I gather.
55-year-old Graham Bullivant has partial locked-in syndrome and desperately needs a better way to communicate.
There is no rush. Go whatever speed you want. Don't rush for us.
In 2014, Graham, an engineer and family man, suffered a massive stroke. He now only has limited movement of his head and left arm.
In pain all the time. I'm sure people forget.
His wife, Zoe, has been at his hospital bedside every day for nearly 2 years. Graham's brain works perfectly.
I am normal inside. If Zoe's with me, I can face anything. I get frustrated. I bet you do. The technology must be a bit frustrating as well. This strikes me as being a hell of a lot better than nothing, but a really inadequate form of communication.
It takes Graham more than 3 minutes to write a sentence that would take just seconds to say. I watch and wait and then read out what he's tapped.
It's too slow. I can see everyone watching and reading out of the corner of my eyes, and then wanting to say the words and break the silence while you're tapping away. Must be incredibly frustrating for somebody who's very used to conversing, talking, chatting.
Stylus I invented, because we've brought so many stylists for Graham to try. They're either too heavy or too short.
After an hour of writing, Graham is exhausted, so we leave him to rest.
Happy with that? Can you face talking about what life was like before it happened?
Before? Oh, brilliant. Oh my God, fantastic. Every day was a blessing.
You were married, you've been married for how long?
Over 30 years. Way over 30 years. I was spoilt, really. He did everything for me. Have nice times, have holidays. He took all that pressure. And now it's my turn, and my God, it's come as a big shock.
When was the last time you actually heard his voice?
14 months ago, when Graham lost his voice, and I said to everybody, one of the things I said to all my friends and family, get a recording of your husband or boyfriend, because my God, did I miss that good night, I love you. That was horrendous, not having his voice. So I asked everybody, he got video. Nothing. I'll do anything for Graham. No, I've got to enable him to have a bit of quality of life.
Back at the Inventors Hub in London, we talked through Graham's case.
What do we think at the moment Graham wants?
He wants to be able to communicate like he used to. He's got to tap it all out. And it's so frustrating. I mean,
yeah, absolutely. When you're hanging out with your family, you want to express yourself emotionally and quickly.
It's what makes us us.
Yeah.
With these devices, they don't have an emphasis on, I would like to be sarcastic.
So that's something that we could, help with. Try and figure out a way to get digital voice to sound sarcastic.
It's something very profound that we're discussing, really, isn't it? It's not just giving him a new voice. In a way, it's giving him his old voice back.
Yusuf Mohammed is an award-winning industrial designer who's worked extensively with the NHS. Today, he's taking me to look for alternatives for Graham's stylus pen and iPad. We meet Gary Derwent, an expert in assisted technologies.
So we're just seeing that the system is picking up your eyes.
He's going to demonstrate a system called eye gaze.
Stable signal.
W-E.
Get ready to watch the orange circle.
This is the jewel in the crown of communication aids, where an infrared camera allows you to control the system with your eyes alone.
It's taking about 25 pictures a second of your eyes to differentiate the centre of your pupil and what they call the glint in your eye. When your eyes move, the glint stays in the same place, but the centre of your pupil moves.
It's looking for the glint in my eye.
It is.
Brilliant.
It is.
I love it.
You select letters or words by letting your gaze rest on them for a moment.
Hi. There. How. Up.
And it uses an artificial voice, letting the user join in the conversation.
Hi there, how are you doing?
It feels like I'm controlling the device with my mind. What extraordinary technology.
Hi Simon, I'm doing well. I am writing with my eyes.
The eye gaze could be the basis for a new communication system for Graham.
Amazing.
But Yusuf doesn't think it will solve all of his problems.
Fatigue is such a big thing, and I can tell from just trying the system that maintaining your gaze, I'm sure after a while it's going to be quite laborious. So maybe he could use the pen from time to time, or he could use a switch controller.
The next step is for Gary to meet Graham and assess him.
So we're just going to do some calibration. These are the eye gaze cameras here at the bottom. So there's going to be a dot that will appear in the screen and it'll move around. So your job is just to look at the dot and follow it. Are you finding that the dot is following your eye? No, it's not picking up exactly where you're looking at. No.
Nerve damage caused by the stroke has affected Graham's eyes and pupils, so the camera is struggling to follow his gaze.
Looking at what we've just witnessed might be the wrong route.
So if eye gaze isn't the thing, that's fine. It isn't right for everybody.
I'm really pleased that you've come so you can see how we're struggling. But obviously, if that's not the right angle to go down, we'll try something else. I'm not giving up.
Yes.
It's hugely disappointing. The eye gaze system doesn't work for Graham. Another solution has to be found. The team are trying to design a way for Graham to communicate. Ruby Steele is now leading the effort to find a solution.
What's the absolute minimum effort required to make a control happen?
She's a top design strategist. Through in-depth research into Graham and his condition, she'll decide what path the team will take.
It's like driving a car, like, you know, you use like your hands and use your feet, so you're not putting all the emphasis on just one movement.
After weeks of discussions and thousands of post-it notes, the team decide to build Graham his own bespoke communication system. They're calling it the Reaction Pad.
The Reaction Pad is about giving Graham back his presence in a room. The really tragic and most frustrating thing for Graham at the moment is that people are treating him like he's brain dead when he's not. The key thing is that he can say just a quick statement whenever the urge comes across. So it's just really key phrases that will allow him to be part of a conversation in a way that he just can't at the moment.
Ruby's in Peterborough to discuss the idea with Graham.
Hi, it's good to see you. Hi, Graham. Hi, Zoe. This is Ross. Hi, Ross.
Hello.
Another member of the design team.
Ross Atkin is a skilled designer and engineer who specialises in developing technology for disabled people.
What we're proposing is an app that runs on the iPad.
We're sort of calling it the Reaction Pad at the moment, and it's in essence going to be a tablet to say things quickly.
Their idea is for Graham to communicate using preloaded words and phrases.
When you pick up the tablet, open up the app, whatever, this is the first screen that you see.
Help in the middle as being the most important thing.
When Graham pushes help, he'll be taken to another screen that contains different commands.
In pain, uncomfortable, thirsty.
The app will contain buttons for quick statements.
Things like please, thank you.
Buttons for fast questions.
What, why, how.
And buttons to get people's attention.
Excuse me, oi, talk to me.
The device will speak for Graham using an automated voice.
One of the things we were trying to explore is what we could do that would be a sort of replacement of the robot voice. They don't tend to be very expressive, and they don't tend to have a lot of emotion. We were interested in the idea of using clips from films and TV and cartoons.
Good? Or scrap?
Good.
Good.
You're smiling like a Cheshire cat.
And Ross thinks he can improve on Zoe's homemade stylus.
We know that you get tired operating with stylus, and so we're quite interested in things that might work better than the stylus. We could make you a thing that was just on a bit of cardboard or a very, very thin and light, and it could have little touchpads basically printed on it so that you could touch them with your fingers or with the stylus. Okay. All right. Thank you, Graham. See you next week.
Yeah, take care.
Have a drink for me.
All right.
Can definitely take care of
Yeah,
that.
can definitely do that.
Thanks, Graham.
Thank you, Graham.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks,
nice
Zoe.
meeting you.
Back on Graham's case, Ross and Ruby have been called to Peterborough. Zoe's made a discovery that could revolutionise their project to give Graham back his voice.
Is that what I think it might be?
Are these tapes of Graham?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Builders were working in the attic and found an old box full of tapes.
Hello, here's me, Graham, sitting with my daughter Louisa.
It's the first time Zoe's heard her husband's voice since his stroke.
Well, 7 moods, you know.
Shouted at me.
Shouting at Louisa.
Is this Graham talking? Did he just say tea time?
Wait a minute, Zoe, reply. Put me
I love it.
Let's have a big laugh.
Oh, that song.
You're not supposed to throw stones at the video camera.
That's going to be great for getting people's attention.
No, that's great. I'm running from
That is a strong look.
Dad, say something.
I'm knackered.
A quick flash.
I told you it's naughty. It is so naughty.
Yay!
And it's very nice looking at these lovebirds.
It's just amazing to actually see what he's really like. That's wicked.
Of what he used to be like.
Yeah,
Still
but
what he is like,
he's
isn't
just still there.
Just he can't get it out.
Yeah.
Hard.
Now Ruby and Ross will take the tapes away to see if they can build Graham's own voice into their invention.
Seeing him in those videos and seeing who he was, and for him to have lost that, imagine if that happened to you, and imagine if you went from who he was to being in the position he's in now. The fact that you would have any positivity about anything after that is just amazing, absolutely amazing. Anyway, I thought I needed to say that while I was thinking about it.
In London, Ross is building a replacement for Graham's stylus. He's calling it the D-pad.
Which is a very quick, very small, very light little device for Graham to carry around or have with him, and it's going to allow him to control the app using arrow keys.
Ross enlists the help of his fiancée, Isabel, to build the D-pad. It's going to have a touchscreen similar to the ones found on smartphones. These work by sensing tiny electrical currents generated by contact with your fingers. With the lightest touch, Graham will be able to operate his tablet computer. They make the buttons by putting conductive paint on clear plastic vinyl. The electric buttons will then be mounted on incredibly light corrugated plastic, which Ross cuts with a laser cutter.
Perfect.
Meanwhile, Ruby's on a business trip in China. She's deciding the order of the statements, either in Graham's voice or using TV or film clips, using a computer program called a wireframe.
The point of a wireframe is to communicate to the rest of your team how the app should work. It allows you to just work out what's on this screen, where does it go, what can it do.
Both of them are now working through the night to get Graham's device ready as quickly as possible.
It's 1:45. The D-pad is wired up, and I think I've written the code, but I can't get it to upload to the board. And I think maybe it's to do with the way I've wired it up, but I'm not sure how to fix it.
Back in London, the team are working flat out to finish Graham's reaction pad. Ruby's building 4 main pages into the app she's devised: attention, quick statements, emotions, and environment. They should allow Graham to take part in any conversation.
It's something that will last a lifetime. For as long as he has something to say or something to react to, he'll be able to use this. And that's what's really exciting, because it's an evolving tool.
Working late into the night and the early morning, Ross has managed to finish the control pad. And to give Graham another option in case his hand gets tired, he's building him a joystick too.
Are you nervous? Very nervous about the hardware not working, seeing as I was finishing it on the train up here.
He actually hasn't had any sleep.
At all?
No.
Do you feel more affected by the emotionality of it than some of the other fixes?
I definitely felt a very, very strong emotional connection to this story right from the second that I saw it. You could be like your dad or your brother or anyone.
When you well up like that, Ruby, and, you know, I see Ross swaying slightly with the exhaustion of this situation, you've really tried and committed to this.
After 6 months, they hope they've built something that would change Graham's life.
Hi, how are you?
We're excited.
It's lovely to see you both. Are you okay with us
Graham.
gathering around? Are you feeling a little bit excited or apprehensive? Not too bad.
What we've made for you, Graham, is this iPad has an app that's been made especially for you, designed entirely around your requirements. The D-pad with buttonhole mount.
Yeah. Complete with logo.
Complete with logo.
When you see the phrases in here, when they've got quotation marks, it means that we've used, in some cases, Zoe's voice or clips from TV and films. But every time you see just the phrase written as it is, we've actually found clips of you and your own voice from the home videos that we've dug out the attic, so that they're actually you. We went through about 50 hours of footage. So it was really nice for us actually to hear you speak and see you move, and that was really great. Okay.
You ready?
Cool. Okay. All right, Graham. Over to you, I guess.
I love you, Zoe. I love you, Zoe.
That's a big smile, Graham.
Should we open the door, Graham?
Yes.
Graham, do you want to get up?
No.
No, not at the moment.
He's otherwise occupied. Graham, does this feel good?
Yes.
That, just in and of itself, must be an enormous relief to you both.
Yeah.
Oh, what do you keep pressing it? I can hear you. I don't care what you say.
A well-earned rest. And a drink.
Zoe.
Thanks, guys. Who's you speaking?
The app has hundreds of clips of Graham's voice and quotes from film and TV. More can be added at any time.
Is this going to help you communicate? Yes. You got that out before I could finish the sentence.
And he's only going to get faster and faster.
I'm busy. Fuck off.
Yes.
It's so great to hear your voice coming through again.
Told you to fuck off twice and yet you're still here.
All right, we'll take the hint.
Thank you. That's so nice.
It was kind of just even more amazing than I thought. He got so quick at it, so fast. It was just so good. Give him a week. Think how fast he's going to be in a week.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Go on, have a hug.
The team have finished their work. We leave Zoe and Graham to chat for the first time since his life-changing stroke.
And I've just had a wash.
You have? Are you ready to go out?
Yes.
Are you sorry for anything?
No.
So when I leave here tonight, you can say...
See you tomorrow.
Yeah.
I love you, Zoe. See you tomorrow.
Has left hospital and moved back home. Ross and Ruby have designed extra functions for his reaction pad app.
Whoa!
Yeah.